Mother... This girl is the nastiest skank bitch I've ever met. Do not trust her.
Blake Lively walked into court thinking she was the director of her own legal drama. Instead, she got cast as the clown in someone else's roast. The Wallace Defendants just filed their reply, and it doesn't read like a legal brief. It reads like a stand-up set where the punchline is always Blake. They literally compare her arguments to the changing seasons. Spring, she was crying conspiracy. Summer, that theory melted under the sun. Now in fall, she's parading around a brand new angle that nobody asked for. The filing says her efforts are ever-changing and then twists the knife with, "The colors in autumn are so bright just before they lose it all." That's not a legal argument, that's shade. Translation, Blake's case looks flashy for a second, then disintegrates like dead leaves underfoot. Every time she opens her mouth, it's like watching nature rot in real time. At the heart of it, they strip away her spin. Every single claim boils down to her being mad that people don't like her anymore. She frames it as false light, retaliation, aiding and abetting, but the court filing cuts through the fluff. It's defamation in drag. The Wallace lawyers basically tell the judge, "Your Honor, we're not going to play pretend here. She's crying reputation damage, and reputation damage is defamation, period." That's like trying to disguise junk food as health food by writing protein on the wrapper. No matter how you package it, it's still a bag of chips. And under New York law, defamation has strict rules that nuke her argument on sight. Her agency theory is even worse. She says Wallace can be dragged into New York because other people acted there, and he was their agent. The filing laughs in her face. He wasn't calling the shots, he was taking them. That's like blaming the Uber driver for the destination. She's suing the help because she can't land a punch on the boss. It's sloppy, and the defense knows it. Then, there's her supposed evidence. Blake claims Wallace should have known what was happening in New York because of email timestamps, Instagram posts, and phone area codes. Imagine going to federal court and saying, "Well, the timestamp said Eastern time, so case closed." That's not evidence, that's fanfiction. And Instagram? She argued that anyone passively observing the social media environment would have known where she was. The defense calls it what it is: bald speculation. Translation, you can't sue someone for crimes of clairvoyance. If your whole case depends on telepathy, you don't have a case. But nothing compares to the most embarrassing part. Blake's team actually argued Wallace should have known she was in New York because of an Instagram caption that said, "Blue jean baby, NY lady." The Wallace lawyers torched her with a pop culture backhand. The lyric is, "LA lady. Anyone with ears and a pulse knows it." They even added a sarcastic note conceding that yes, the blue jean lady was indeed a seamstress for the band. Do you understand the level of disrespect it takes to roast someone with Elton John in a federal filing? That's when you know you're not a serious plaintiff anymore, you're a meme with a docket number. Her California FEHA claim is another cell phone. She admitted in her own filings that FEHA doesn't apply to non-residents acting outside California. Wallace is in Texas. The alleged acts happened outside California. That's like suing Starbucks for burning your tongue on coffee that was given to you at McDonald's. She destroyed her own claim before the defense even had to. Then, the defense goes in with constitutional due process. Even if you ignore all the statutes, you can't just haul someone into a state court because you feel like it. Wallace didn't act in New York. He didn't target New York. He didn't even know what the other defendants were doing in New York. The filing puts it bluntly. A defendant cannot reasonably anticipate being hailed into a court as a result of contacts that are unknown to him. That's lawyer speak for, stop trying to sue strangers for things they didn't do. It's nonsense, and the defense treated it like nonsense. And just when you think they're done, they dunk on her one more time for abandoning her infamous emoji evidence. Remember when Blake tried to prove conspiracy with a winky face emoji? Gone. Not even mentioned in her latest theory. She ghosted her own evidence. That's like showing up to prom alone because even your date realized you're embarrassing. The Wallace filing is merciless. They circle back to the Elton John lyric to close out, reminding the court that she sued in the wrong place, under the wrong laws, with the wrong evidence, and somehow managed to misquote a song while doing it. That's not just losing, that's flopping so hard you create new legal precedent for don't waste the court's time. And still, this isn't legal strategy. It's a demolition derby where Blake shows up in a Prius and wonders why she keeps getting flattened. Every time she files something, it backfires harder than the last. She doesn't look like a victim. She looks like a diva trying to turn a courtroom into a red carpet, only to trip over her own gown in front of the cameras. She keeps spinning it as self-defense, but it's the equivalent of walking in stilettos for the first time. Messy, unstable, and almost guaranteed to end in a faceplant. The truth is, Blake isn't just losing arguments. She's losing credibility. She's losing allies. And after this filing, she's losing dignity. When the other side is mocking you with Elton John lyrics in federal court, you're not running the show anymore. You're the comic relief. Blake wanted to prove she was the victim of a grand smear campaign, but the only campaign people see now is her campaign to humiliate herself in public. And here's the bigger picture. This is a pattern. The Megyn Kelly subpoena collapsed. The Perez Hilton stunt folded. The deposition exposed her contradictions. Every single legal play has been a backfire. It's like watching a magician who keeps pulling rabbits out of her hat, but they're all dead. She doesn't need Justin Baldoni to ruin her. She's her own worst PR machine. The Wallace filing isn't just a rebuttal. It's confirmation that Blake is addicted to losing, addicted to lawsuits that collapse, addicted to playing victim while everyone else sees the villain. So here we are, Blake Lively, the Hollywood star who thought she could bend the system, is now getting clowned in writing by defense lawyers who probably had the time of their lives drafting this reply. They compared her to Autumn Leaves, fact-checked her on Elton John, and dismantled every claim she made like it was child's play. It's brutal, it's embarrassing, and it's the most honest reflection yet of how weak her case really is. The more she pushes, the weaker she looks. She wanted to intimidate, but she looks desperate. She wanted to prove she was targeted, but she looks like the aggressor. She wanted control, but she looks like she's spinning out in real time. Blake Lively isn't in charge of this narrative anymore. She's trapped in it, and every filing is another reminder that her empire isn't built on truth. It's built on spin, hypocrisy, and a mountain of receipts that don't support her story. So what do you think? Is Blake fighting for justice, or is she just addicted to lawsuits that blow up in her face like bad fireworks? Let me know in the comments. Smash that like button if you're done with Hollywood fairy tales, and subscribe because the receipts keep coming, the filings keep dropping, and Blake's backfires are only getting uglier. And just to be crystal clear, everything I've said here is my opinion based on the court filings available to the public. I don't know Blake, I don't know Baldoni, I don't know any of these lawyers. I'm just reading what's on the page, and when the page reads like a roast, all I can do is call it like I see it.